Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a holiday look for you guys, and I wanted to create something really soft and pretty, something that you can wear around in the daytime when you're like going around visiting your friends and your relatives, and you don't want something so dark and smoky. So I came up with this rose gold glow today, and I honestly love how this look turned out. So I wanted to do something really soft, really pretty, something daytime wearable. So this is pretty much what this look is. So all products used in today's video will be listed in the description box down below, just in case you are interested in what a particular product is. But like always, I'm going to try to mention every single product that I use in the video. Don't forget that when my channel reaches 5,000 subscribers, I will be having my next big giveaway. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos from me. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this rose gold glow, then keep on watching. Alright guys, so I'm starting out, my brows are already done, and I'm going to be priming my eyes today with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toffee. And it's the same concealer that I use to clean up under my brows. Alright, next up we're going to set all that concealer in place with my Rimmel London Stay Matte Pressed Powder in the shade Transparent. Alright, so going into my Makeup Geek eyeshadows, I'm going to be using Kohl as my transition color. And I try not to jump all over the place and use a lot of different palettes today, so for the majority I'll be using Makeup Geek eyeshadows and maybe one other eyeshadow. Alright, next up I'm going to be going right on top of that with Bitten. And I have been loving using this color as a crease color lately. Such a gorgeous color for fall. Alright, now I wanted to deepen the crease up just a little bit, so I'm going to be taking the shade Enigma from one of my Milk Cosmetics stacks. I think this is the Dark Matter stack. I'm going to be using shade Enigma. Alright, next up I'm going to be taking a Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow in the shade Grandstand, and I'm just going to pop this all over the lid. And to give it that rose gold look that I want, I'm going to go right on top of that with Flamethrower. And it's another Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow. Alright, next up I'm going to go in with a clean blending brush with no product on it. I'm just going to blend out those edges. Alright, next up I'm going into the shade Vintage, and I'm just going to use this to deepen up the outer V. But Vintage just wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't dark enough for me, so I did dip into Corrupt, which is a matte black shadow by Makeup Geek. But I used it with a very light hand because I didn't want this look to be too dark, since it is a daytime look. Alright, next up, to line my top lash line, I'm going to be using my favorite eyeliner. It's my Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. Alright, and then I just popped on some fall fades, which are the Ardell Demi Wispies. And now I'm just going to apply my Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizing Primer, and this is the Smoothing Primer. Next up, we're going to be trying out a new primer, and it is the Hourglass Veil Primer. And it leaves a white cast on your face, but it feels really good going on to the skin. Going onto the skin. I got a sample of it from Sephora, sent it to me in the mail. And I must say, I really do like this primer. I think I'm going to have to invest in the full size. Alright guys, next up to color correct, and we're going to be using my MAC Prep and Prime Pen in Peach Lustre. I'm just going to put this anywhere where I feel like I have this coloration in my face, which is around my mouth and where I used to break out in between my brows. Like the scarring is not all the way gone there yet, so I still correct it. I mean, you really can't tell. Gonna blend that in with a clean, damp, Real Techniques Beauty Complexion Sponge. Alright, next up for my foundation, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Coverage Illuminating Foundation. And I have a full review on this foundation. I'll link it somewhere in the video. But I used Toast to do my review video, but I kind of felt like Toast was a little too light for me, so I ended up ordering Toffee, and I feel like that's a little too dark, so I just mixed the two together, and I love the combination that it gives me. And now I'm just blending that in with that same Real Techniques Beauty Complexion Sponge. Alright guys, next up for concealer, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And I'm using two shades. I'm using these shades Deep and Tan. And I'm mixing two shades because I don't really think that Deep is light enough for me to contour with. So I just add a little bit of Tan in with it, and it gives me the perfect color contour that I like. Alright, next up to contour, I'm going to be using my Black Up contour stick in the shade number 03 Medium. And I love this contour stick, it's so creamy. I'm just going to blend that out with my e.l.f. small stippling brush. Alright, now I'm just going to go over all of my contour areas with my Real Techniques Beauty Complexion Sponge, just to make sure everything is blended in and there are no harsh edges. Alright, next up to set my highlighted area, I'm going to use my favorite powder at the moment, which is the Sacha Buttercup powder. Alright, and to set the places that I contoured, I'm going to be using my NYX Cheek Contour and Duo palette in Wine and Dine. I'm going to use the contour side. Alright, now while I let that powder sit for a minute, I'm going to finish up my under eye. And I'm going to be using my Rimmel London Eye Kohl pencil in the shade Brown. And I'm pretty much just going to repeat the same steps on the bottom that I did in the crease, using the same color. Alright, next up I'm just going to dust all of that powder away. And I'm going to be setting my entire face with my Estée Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place powder makeup in the shade Rich Cocoa. Alright, next up for blush, I'm going to be using a blush from my Tarte palette I'm not sure what color it is, but I have a link in the description box down below. And then I'm going to go right on top of that with my Sleek blush, a blush from Sleek Cosmetics in the shade Rose Gold. And it's such a gorgeous shade. It has like gold shimmers in this pink blush. It's really pretty. Alright, next up to highlight, I'm going to be using my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Rose Gold. And because I wanted to glow a little more, I'm going to use my MAC x Mariah Carey Extra Dimension Skin Finish in my Mimi. This highlighter is gorgeous. I think this is my favorite highlighter at the moment, and I have a lot of highlighters. I absolutely love this one. Alright, next up for my lips, I'm going to be taking my Shea Moisture Lip Liner in the shade Dark, and it's just a brown lip pencil. And I'm going to be using my Urban Decay lipstick in the shade Naked 2 today. And I'm using this one because it has like a pinkish undertone, whereas the regular Naked is more just like a plain nude. And then I'm going to go on top of that with an ultra metallic lippy from ColourPop lipstick, and it is in Man Eater, and it is a really pretty rose gold metallic liquid lipstick. Next, I'm going to spray my face with my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray to set everything in place. And that completes the look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos from me. And don't forget that when my channel reaches 5,000 subscribers, I will be having my next big giveaway. So don't forget to subscribe for your chance to win. Until the next video.